up? This is the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. I'm Ryan Hoppe.
I'm Ryan Stuprich.
And I am Ryan Risky.
And if you want to get in contact, call us 630-785-2510. That is 630-785-2510. And if you want your tweets to come to us in real time, tweet at us at Hoppe Radio 893.
At Ryan Stuprich.
At rrisky16.
All right, we have so much to get into. But real quick, we have an announcement that is so exciting. Our mobile app that I put my good birthday money into. It's on the iPhone. All you have to do is search up Hoppe Radio, and you can listen to our show anywhere in the world. And I mean anywhere. If you're in a dirt pit in Gary, Indiana, or you're in Auckland, New Zealand, you can listen to us, Super Rich. Also, we got a lot of emails about the big news that
our show's getting popular.
Oh, yeah. We got about 5 emails, Ryan at HoppeRadio.com, about how I almost got catfished, but I didn't because it was some random girl from high school trying to prank me, you know what I mean? That got 150 listens. That was our most listened to non-interview ever. Says a lot about the show, Ryan.
Yeah,
you know
I guess so.
Seems like you need to almost get catfished more often now.
And our ratings will be through the roof. So here's the first email we got, and it's from a guy named Xavier. I knew the whole thing was up when she said she lived in Mount Prospect, but then said 2 days later she lived in Des Plaines. Because the girl told me that she lived in Mount Prospect, and she lived with her parents, and then 2 days later she said she got her own house in Des Plaines. So that was very sketchy. And this was a girl from my high school who was like doing a weird prank on me. Next email, and this is from a guy named Bob. I have to give you credit. You shut that S down. Because the whole thing was like, I could have got pranked. I could have gone to that guy's house, you know, or girl's house. What do you think would have happened, Ryan, if I went to that house? Like, what scenario would have happened?
Nothing that you suggested.
Nothing that would have been
nothing good.
And then here's the next email. It's from a guy named Richard. He says, this is a good life lesson. Don't be Monte Teo. Actually, if she tries to talk to you again, just call her Lene.
That's what you should. Lene Kakua or whatever her name was.
Yeah, she blocked me. Here's the last email we got. And this is from a guy named Jefferson. I don't know why his name's Jefferson, but it says, I don't know what would have happened, Hoppe, but this is too weird. It could have been kidnapping or maybe kidnapping. Actually, kidnapping is the one possible outcome to this. Yeah, but we got a lot of emails in real time about that segment. You know what I mean? Like, it was very surreal that people heard our segment and they took the time, they emailed us, they tweeted at us just to promote the segment. You know what I mean?
Hey, it just shows how loyal our fans are.
Also, I got something I gotta say, but what do you have to say?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
I have a problem, guys. I don't know what it is, but whenever I see free food in front of me, I just bulge out. Like, luckily there were people
that doesn't
here.
shock me at all.
Like, there's free pizza here, and I had like 5 or 6 pieces, but you know, if no one was here, I would have had like 2 boxes hands down.
Yeah.
And then complained about it later. You know what I mean? Like, there's something wrong with me where when I see free food in front of me, I just have to indulge. You know what I mean, Super Rich?
Yeah.
Are you that same way, or do you kind of
No, I'm not that same way.
Risky? Are you?
I want to be that same way, except
No,
I'm
you
not.
don't. No, you don't.
Well, I get full pretty quickly, actually. So I mean, I don't normally, you know.
I usually eat a lot. You saw at the Cub game how much I ate.
Dude,
Yeah.
I eat real late, too. Like, I'll eat like...
I eat at like midnight and 2 a.m. I eat really late.
I'll like come home from our overnight radio show and I'll have like 12 not 12 Hot Pockets, 12 Pizza Puffs, and then go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
You
healthy.
see, I would do that if I wasn't as tired.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think I usually bring those chocolate-covered graham crackers?
Or you drink before the show. Not like drink, but you like drink things to give you
Drink
energy.
iced tea.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I have a problem, but I'm not in bad shape. I used to be 295. Imagine me back in high school. I used to eat cheese fries and 2 hot dogs covered in cheese and a large Coke and an ice cream cone for $6 at the local like place called Nico's. It's great food, but it's so greasy. I used to be real fat.
Not anymore.
I have that going for me. Call the show. 630-785-2510. That's 630-785-2510. Okay, Super Rich. I saw this headline that you're about to read to us. It's sickening. It's sad enough that Joan Rivers died young because she was young. She could have been like Don Rickles, or she could have been like Betty White, or this other person that didn't come to my mind, but she's 97 years old, and I saw Mike Toomey from WGN post about it. There's these people who live long. For her, she was out signing a book. She was out doing that show where she complained about how people dress, what not to wear, whatever. She was on some show where she would trash what people wore. 2 years ago, she was on Celebrity Apprentice. She was way too young to die. And if this buffoon, if this is true, that buffoon of a doctor wasn't completely focused on her procedure that could have saved her life, because supposedly, Ryan, and you're going to read about it, he was taking a selfie before this thing happened, before he took the operation, or maybe during it.
What's wrong with that guy?
I don't know what's wrong with people to take selfies. Super Rich, we'll take it when
now we're seeing selfies of death.
Oh yeah,
Selfies.
But this isn't the first thing that happened with selfies of death.
Or that woman who was driving 80 miles an hour on the highway, taking a selfie and then killed someone.
Yeah. She was a dummy. She was as dumb as the person who took a selfie with a gun against his head, like trying to be a badass, and he killed himself.
Right.
And there was someone who took a selfie while on the edge of a cliff and fell over. So we need to chill on this whole selfie phenomenon. Listen. Me, Super Rich, we'll take one when we're at the game, but that's because we're Hoppe and Super Rich. We're trying to like brand our show, and that's what radio shows do. They'll tweet.
Or get someone else to take our picture.
Oh, geez,
like
yeah.
at the Cup
We'll
game.
explain that in the next break. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm just saying we'll take selfies when we're at the game because we want to brand our
At
show.
an appropriate time, we take them. At the right time.
Or when I see someone I
not
know.
Not just because we feel like taking them.
Yeah. Or Ryan, when I'm at this radio conference, if there's not a person to take us a picture, I'll just take a quick selfie. But Super Rich, you never see me taking a selfie. About to edit this podcast, yo. At the gym, yo. Playing Xbox, yo. Watching Trailer
Or a
Park
selfie
Boys.
while you're driving. Or
about to take a selfie right now in the
or about
studio?
to embark on a procedure for a famous person.
Let's take a selfie right now.
No. Oh my God, let's take a
On-air
selfie.
selfies.
On-air selfie.
So anyway, so
does
this
it
is
say?
about this is from CNN. Source: Joan Rivers' doctor took a selfie and began the biopsy before her cardiac arrest. So the cardiac arrest leading to Joan Rivers' death happened as the comedian's personal doctor began performing a biopsy on her vocal cords. A staff member at Manhattan's Yorkville Endoscopy Clinic told investigators that the doctor, who has not been publicly identified, took a selfie photo in the procedure room while Rivers was under anesthesia, the source said. And she was 81, was at the clinic for a scheduled endoscopy by another doctor, and that procedure intended to help diagnose her hoarse voice and sore throat.
Here's the worst thing. It wasn't like he took it maybe when she was half up, like when you first get there. This is while she's under anesthesia. Like
Well, it's very unprofessional.
Yeah, I'm not saying it'd be better if you took it right in the beginning, but this is during the operation.
Well, do you really need a photo? I mean, you're already like doing a procedure on her. Like, I'm sure you'll meet her and everything.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather be known as the guy who saved Joan Rivers' life? Wouldn't you rather be known as the guy who maybe helped save one of the greatest comedians of all time? And hey, I bet you could get a quick pic. She would have tweeted it out. Hey, this guy saved my life. Wouldn't you rather have the post picture of when you saved her life, you scumbag? But no, you had to get it during the picture because maybe you became a doctor to fulfill your life because during life you never fit in, so you did it because you wanted to prove everyone wrong that you'd be more successful.
Hey, why be known as the guy who saved Joan Rivers' life than the guy who took a selfie with Joan Rivers during surgery and ended up killing her?
This just seems like a guy who wants to like show up everyone and say, hey, look at me, I'm with Joan Rivers. But you killed her, you scumbag. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily his fault that she died. I mean,
it's just he could have been more focused.
Yeah, well, taking the photo sort of implies that you're not 100% focused and you're not 100%, involved in the operation.
Which shows that he should be losing his license.
Which he probably will. It doesn't say anything here about that. He's just under investigation, and they haven't released the name of this particular doctor.
It's just like selfies need to go away already. There's just no reason for them. Like, I get it. If you're out with your friends or you're a radio show and you're trying to brand it, but like people just take selfies like, oh my God, it's me at a concert. Why can't you appreciate the moment? Half the time when these people are taking selfies, and I hate saying that damn word, selfie. Ugh, just hear the sound of it. Selfie.
When I worked for the Joliet Slammers this summer, they used to have the Kiss Cam, except there wasn't a camera that worked that you could actually use for the Kiss Cam, like get the front of people.
Of course not.
You'd get behind their heads and
Minor
everything.
League Baseball.
So they got they didn't have very many fans either. So they got rid of the Kiss Cam and made it the Delta Sonic selfie cam, and you could tweet your selfie to their Twitter account.
That's fine, but there's people who take these selfies because they just want to like brag. Look at what I'm doing, or they're bored, or they have nothing else to do on social media. Like someone that Ryan Risky knows.
That's true.
His ex-girlfriend.
Going back to this article, it doesn't really say much about the actual selfie thing. It's not official that he did this necessarily, but
if this comes out, he needs to lose his license.
Yeah.
Just like the guy who thought it was a good idea to give Michael Jackson propofol.
The hospital, they issued a statement saying that he is not currently performing procedures, nor is he currently serving as medical director.
You would hope not. Medical director? This guy wasn't a scrub or an intern. This was a medical director. Shame on this guy then.
Well, I don't think there's any doctor that's like a scrub, really. But
no, but I mean, that seems
unless
like a
it's the
pretty
show
high
Scrubs.
title. Hey, that's where I got the idea from. It seems like it's a pretty high title. Medical director, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like you should know better to not take a selfie.
And you're working on Joan Rivers. I mean, this is probably a pretty, not necessarily high-class hospital, but there's probably famous people who go there.
It's like Mount Sinai. Yeah, it's just kind of like every patient is important, but when it's Joan Rivers, it's even more important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
It's ridiculous. Don't know how that guy looks himself in the mirror. It's like, you're a scumbag, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He probably just cares that he got paid.
I hope that's not all he cares about, but I'm sure he got paid for that.
I don't think that's it. I don't think it's because of being paid, because it's not like taking the selfie gets. It's not like taking the selfie earns you 10,000 more bucks. You know what I mean? I think he was just trying to say, look at me. I'm taking a picture with Joan Rivers. And here's the second thing. It's kind of creepy if you think about it. Why would you want a picture of Joan Rivers passed out anyway? Like, what are you going to do? Tweet that out? Put that on Facebook? Wouldn't you rather have the pic of her alive and you saved her life? Like,
that's a sketchy photo if you post that, too.
It's going to have a creepy picture of Joan Rivers. She's not all there, you know, like she's asleep. Like, why would you want that pic? Like, what are you going to do with that? Make that your profile picture? You're going to Snapchat to your friends and they screenshot it because you're an idiot? Like, I just don't get what this guy was getting out of that pic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is there anything else in the article?
There is not.
Coming up, the Hoppe and Super Rich
All right.
Show.
We will get into everything going on with Adrian Peterson. As
Unfortunately.
I think what he did, Ryan.
Not just him, though. I mean, there's been 3 or 4 other
Jonathan
Dwyer,
Dwyer.
Yesterday.
Jonathan Dwyer.
Yeah,
You
I
got
never
the
heard of him
defensive
until
lineman
now.
on the Panthers, Greg Hardy. You've got
Ray McDonald.
You've got Reggie Bush's comments, which ensues that he also does the same sort of things that Adrian Peterson does.
Calvin
Hey!
Johnson's comments.
This
Yeah,
shouldn't
Calvin
come as a
Johnson's comments.
surprise. Football players aren't very smart.
Those great Lions players, man.
Or
They're-
Dwight
they're-
Howard's 27 tickets.
Keep it
Yeah,
classy,
exactly.
Detroit. All right, call the show. 630-785-2510. That's 630-785-2510. Up next, I will explain why what Adrian Peterson did is wrong, but he's not as bad as Ray Rice. After this, hang on.
The Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppe Radio. For more info, check out hopperadio.com and hoppesworld.com.